and love creatives. Today we are going to play with some Simptap acrylic paint markers, and we're also going to play with Moriah Elizabeth's Create This book. And this is going to be the first book she's ever made. It's the second edition, so it's been reprinted. Yeah, we're gonna try to see how many pages we can finish in 5 hours. Let's see, what colors are we gonna use? And 5 hours seems like a lot of time, but when you think about just how much thought goes into each of your pieces, we'll see how much we can get into. In the first part of this, the directions are to decorate the front cover, which I did, and then I did again, and then I did again because I wasn't feeling it. And I'm kind of glad that this was like the first prompt, because it definitely made me realize just how much I need to stop putting so much thought into it and just enjoy what I'm doing. And I feel like the final result I really like. I just wanted to make like a beginning page inviting. I didn't want it to feel pressured. I want this book to be a fun, absolute zero pressure, jump into it, let's get into it book. Here I'm taking off the washi tape, and I guess this is just like a don't do this at home kind of thing for you in the future. If you have a Create This book, or if you're planning on getting one of the Create This books, the paper in these books, well, in this one in particular, because I can only talk about the book that I have in front of me, it's like maybe even cheaper than printer paper. It's not good paper. It's really, really crappy paper. It ripped up the paper, and washi tape is not very sticky, especially the tape that I was using. That tape is not the best tape, and it's pretty old, so it's on its way out, and it stuck to the paper and it ripped it up. It wasn't a big deal, but I just want to give you a heads up that happened. Second page was a title page, and I put my name in it, not realizing that I will be coming back to that soon. Third page was to fill that box in however you want, like however I wanted, and I decided to go right on the paper and fill the box, and I kind of regret it. I'm not even gonna lie. I wish I just took some paper, did some art on it, and then stuck it in the book, because the paint just kind of like sopped through. And if you're familiar with working with like on wet paper, especially paper that doesn't take wet mediums, it was just, I'm like, oh my God, am I gonna rip right through this page? So once the first layer dried, it was a little bit less nerve-wracking because you had that layer of acrylic paint to work with. So I had fun. I just kind of like drew in some clouds and added a little bit of white. Now these Simptap acrylic paint pens, you have to like push the top button thing to get some ink out or paint out, and it kind of glopped on the page. And this is kind of like a pet peeve for Posca pens as well. Like you have to like push them in on your paper or on a side paper, like a scrap paper, to get the ink going. Sometimes it dries up depending on how much art you're doing in one stroke with those paint pens. And yeah, that was very annoying to have to deal with. So just, I guess, a heads up, if you're gonna try to get some of that ink out, I think you're better off just doing it over another page. And to be honest with you, these acrylic paint markers is be careful when you're trying to get the ink out. They definitely are either super juicy or super not. So they're very inconsistent, to be honest with you. I did not enjoy using them as much as the other Arrtx acrylic paint markers. Maybe I'll do a video showcasing all of their paint markers and, you know, maybe which ones are the better ones and which ones, I don't know. If you guys are interested, just let me know in the comments. So in this page, it was just back to the title page. They were asking you to decorate the title page. I decided to definitely not decorate it on the actual paper because, like I said, the paper kind of sucks. And I glued it on to the book. I think it's kind of like a cardstock kind of paper that I'm using right now, and I rather it. As far as the Simptap markers are concerned, they definitely have a couple of flaws that they need to fix if they are going to be my go-to favorite markers. They're not it. With that being said, this was gifted to me by a distributor from Arrtx. They gave me an extra set to give away. I pre-pumped that set because of an issue that I had with one of the markers. And if you want a pre-pumped marker set, put yes please in the comments and I will pick a winner randomly and send it to you. This is like a piece of envelope from a birthday card that I got from my husband, and I just love it so much, so I kept the inside of the envelope because it was really cute, and it's like little Ewoks, and I love Ewoks, they're adorable. And I figured I would use the Ewok paper at some point in this book. I didn't know where or how, but that's what I was gonna do. And then I got some washi tape because the next page we're asked to decorate it however we want, and I figured I would put these cute little Ewoks on the corner of it and go from there. At this point, this is probably like 3 hours in, and I got to the point where I'm like, I want this book to be like absolutely no stress, super fun. Just have a good time. Don't worry about what you're putting in it. Just have fun. So I ended up just putting a whole bunch of washi tape around. Then I put the little kitty cat tape, and then the kitty cat made me want to draw more kitty cats, and then I decorated it with kitty cats, and then that was it. I was done. And the next one is to create my name in a fancy lettering. I'm gonna use some washi tape. What I did was I put the channel name, which is Creative Phenomenon Art. My name's Elisa, and the channel name is Creative Phenomenon Art. So that's what I decided to put on this page. I figured it would take up more than just my name, and it did. And then that's it. I didn't go too crazy with it. I just did that because that's what I wanted to do. That's what I was feeling at that moment. And then the next page was to create a rule, and then the rule box, you know, you write the rule in there. And I decided to draw a kitty because of the inspiration from the page before, 2 pages before. And I was like, I'm gonna draw a cat. And at first I was like gonna draw a cat saying like stop, like having the paw like stop. But then after I thought about it and I looked at it, it was more so cute that the cat was like kind of covering his mouth. So that's what I ended up doing. I covered the paw print up and turned it into like a little cover of the mouth. And on the other side, I'm just cleaning up the nose area because I kind of messed up a little bit. But on the other side, I wrote the word rules and a big fat slash over the rules because, yeah, no rules. 0 rules. Always happy accidents. And yeah, I glued that on, made some whiskers, made a little cat. On the other side, finished up the ears, and we were done. Moving on to the next page, we're gonna choose one color and we're going to decorate 2 pages with just that one color. So I was gonna do pink initially, and then I was like, you know, let me do purple. And I took all the purple paint markers that I had in the Simptap collection and decided that I honestly had no idea where I was going with it, and I just let it happen. And I just made a whole bunch of circles, and I'm like, whatever, I'm just gonna keep doing this. And while I was doing this part, I was like, it looks like one of those fans. So I made it look like a fan, and that's what that is. And then on the other part where I did other circles, I decided to do a whole bunch of little kitty cat stamp faces kind of thing. That's pretty much it. I got a little accidental dot on the paper and decided, hey, let's just add more dots. And that's what I did. And then I did the little cat face, and kind of like the fan is going, I put the little wind whirl things, and that was it. I took the washi tape off, and we did the whole glue and stick the page on. And this is honestly where I left off. So my thoughts on the Create This book is so much fun. I had so much fun. I really thought I was going to do way more pages than this. And maybe in the next one I will. I'm going to really have fun with this. It's definitely going to be a series. Maybe I'll do this like once a month on the channel, and we'll go from there. Here I decided that it was just too plain, and I was like, I had the leftover Ewok cardstock from that card that I took, and I was like, I'm just gonna paste it here, and I did that, and that was it. And I'm having a lot of fun just throwing stuff at this book, and yeah, I'm really liking it. I hope that you're enjoying this, because I'm enjoying it too. I want to thank you for watching. This was a blast. I had so much fun, and I will see you in the next one. Peace and love.